So, this is a fight between David Zan of Lancaster Morecambe MMA and Robbie Nicholson of 12 Gauge MMA. Two unknown fighters, both fighting out of two tough gyms, Lancaster Morecambe MMA, producing guys like Alex McCollin and Shea Walsh, and 12 Gauge run by and managed by very, very experienced M1 global competitor in Matt Thorpe. And both guys come out. Two tough gyms and they know what they're doing, so it'd be interesting to see what this matchup makes out. Nicholson slips as he throws a kick. Nicholson in the two-tone black and camel shorts, and Zan in the Venom fight shorts in the black and white.
Seeing already that David Zan in the red corner seems to have a nasty kind of overhand right. See him throwing that quite a lot, looking for it. Obviously one of his money shots. Nicholson from 12 Gauge, very mobile, hands wide, a little bit unorthodox. You see that overhand right coming out again and again there from Zan. Looks like a decent shot if he can land it cleanly, but he's not really found his range on it so far. Nicholson with the range advantage, great kick. Zan with a kick of his own, but falling short, still figuring that range out. Feels like a fight that's going to explode any second.
It's a very standard feeling out process. It's a very standard feeling out process for both fighters. I really like Robbie's movement. He's just kind of in and out, and Zan's setting up the more power shots, trying to throw heavy legs, throw heavy punches. Chopping away at the legs is over there. Robbie Nicholson from 12 Gauge. Nice head kick attempt. I'd like to see Nicholson try and set that up with some hands, maybe a jab, right hand. Zan throws the exact combination I just said. And the feeling out process can sometimes take a full round, if especially at amateur level, where two inexperienced fighters throwing hard shots for his first time, and a nice connection there by Robbie, right hand and a right leg kick. Seems like Nicholson's backing his opponent down a lot better than Zan's. Zan's movement is getting a little slower now and seems to be circling one way a lot. Last 10 seconds of the round. And a nice kick there by Zan to end the round. I'll be very interested to see what the corners are going to say now. Very experienced competitor in Matt Thorpe in Robbie's corner. I know we were shouting instructions before, letting him know that the opponent was right in front of him, asking him to throw some shots and keep busy, but looks like nerves are starting to get the better of both fighters there, John Joe.
You'd have to think, looking at David Zan, I guess the influence Alex McCollin has in that gym in terms of his strong kicking game and his unorthodox kicking game. Shall we he's put a couple of nice body kicks in there. Switching stances a lot. Definitely a hard kicker. Yeah, Shea Walsh also from the same gym. Similar kind of a kicking game.
Shea Walsh actually in attendance tonight. And Shea Walsh in attendance tonight from Lancaster Morecambe MMA. Recently had his jaw broke at OMAC, and within the first first couple of minutes of the fight, and then carried on. And it was actually the ref that called the fight off. He's got some was very much enjoying that the last little flurry there. Backing his opponent up against the cages, Nicholson pumps the jab out. Some big swings there by Zan. Zan's corner asking him to chop the legs, which he does beautifully. Throws that right leg kick and another one. Zan's definitely throwing the more one-shot power shots rather, and Nicholson's looking just to pick him off a little bit. Nice shots there. What do you think Nicholson's game plan is at the moment?
I really like what Nicholson's doing. He's keeping the fight in the range that he wants it. He's setting up that right body kick really nicely. He's punished him a few times with that right kick to the body. Stopping Zan getting in on that range that he wants. Watching the pair of them now, you'd have to say Nicholson seems to be the much more confident, much more relaxed fighter. That was a well-timed shot from Zan. And I would say well needed. I think he really needs to do something different in this fight right now, get the fight to the floor, take away some of Nicholson's strengths. He's starting to look a little bit like a guy that was running out of ideas, hence the sort of one-shot you often see when guys don't really know how to proceed. Obviously, struggling to close that distance and land his own shots. Nicholson controlling posture well there on the floor. Looks like somebody might have sustained a cut. Seems to be some blood in the mix. Seems Zan might have got a cut over one eye. Nice. Triangle effort there, but he abandoned it. 10 seconds to go. Solid 2 rounds there. And in my opinion, 2 rounds in the books for Nicholson.
Very hard to call at the moment. It's a fight between David and Robbie Nicholson. So I definitely think both fighters are very evenly matched at the moment. We're off to a really good start for this first show for Manchester Fighting Championship.
I think for me, Nicholson's well in the driving seat now. I'd give him both rounds thus far. I think Zan showed some early promise. That overhand right looked dangerous, but he's not found the range for it. Nicholson's got the fight where he wants it. He's landing the shots he wants. Last 10 seconds of round 2, we saw a triangle set up, which suggests that obviously Nicholson's got a bit of a ground game as well. Seems to be fairly comfortable there. Did a good job of controlling posture, so Zan's really going to have to pull something out of the bag now in round 3. There's that body kick again. Leg kick to answer. Zan backing off now, staying right where Nicholson wants him. You have to think that Zan's probably looking to duck under a big punch and get another takedown entry. There's his entry and there's his takedown. He caught Nicholson quite off guard there with that. Nice clean entry, good finish. Excellent finish, passing immediately to side control. Nicholson used the headlock from under side control, which normally coaches will tell you off for, but he kept Zan in position long enough for Nicholson to reclaim full guard. Tight overhook on the left arm. Long-legged fighter, we've seen one triangle effort. You have to think that triangle is probably one of his go-to submissions from the guard. See now if he looks for another overhook. Zan's corner shouting at him to look for the pass, but first of all he needs to get some posture. Nicholson doing a good job of keeping his posture down. Half butterfly, back to full guard. Open guard. Nicholson controlling posture well, but not really threatening with submissions. Some body shot work from Zan, not really seeing where his situation's going. I think the referee might stand them up if Zan can't produce a pass or get off any decisive shots. Referee calling for action. Now. Back to the feet for the last 10 seconds, nothing decisive.
Get your hands up, hands up.
I think last round you've got to give to Dawid Zan. For me, that's 2 rounds to 1 for Nicholson. And my commentating colleague, Mr. Stephen Lee, your thoughts on that fight?
I think very similar to the way that Shea Walsh fights, Dawid, very much controlled the fight there with takedowns. He's a little bit more aggressive with the striking, but no, Nicholson backs him down, but I think he dictated the pace a little bit more in the third round, with the takedowns. Caught him off guard, shot underneath the boxing combos. Something that Shea Walsh was very well, actually, so I'll be very interested to see how the judges score this, but you've got to also bear in mind that Dawid also got a takedown in the second round.